The city will pay $760 million of it, while the Titans will pay the other $975 million, along with any overruns. The new stadium is on track right now to open.
Transfer truss that was installed. It took 2 cranes to lift. It weighs nearly 290,000 pounds, and it's about 180 feet.
There's something about the roar of a stadium crowd. It's never just about the game. It's about the rush, the sheer drama, and that electric sense that you might witness something legendary. In Nashville, though, they're aiming even higher. They're not just building another sports venue. They're dropping $2.1 billion on a bold architectural experiment that could flip the whole idea of a stadium on its head. This isn't just about the Titans. It's ambition, plain and simple. It's money, and honestly, it's about tossing out the old rule book and starting fresh.
Of the construction moving ahead. The roof work starts in November of this year. Cable supported roof system raises in May of next year. And roof is
for years, stadiums stuck to the same old script. Giant bowl, open air, cram in as many seats as you can, and call it a day. Build one, fill it up, then do it all over again somewhere else. But the new Nissan Stadium, it's ripping that script to shreds. When you dig into the details, the eye-watering price tag actually starts to make sense. Think back to 1999. Nashville opened the original Titans Stadium with pride. Just under 70,000 fans packed the place on Sundays. Legends like Steve McNair and Eddie George made memories there. The place got loud, it hosted epic concerts, and it did its job. But here's the thing, it wasn't built for the long haul, and that's been Nashville's problem ever since.
Completion is still set for February 2027. A big upgrade for fans, the new stadium will have 44 escalators. That is far more than the 4 that are inside the current building. And there will also be a Ryman-sized stage that rolls out for major concerts, a bowl layout similar to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas through.
Meanwhile, cities like LA and Vegas went all in on the next generation. SoFi Stadium, Allegiant Stadium, places that look straight out of the future. Nashville's stadium, it started to feel dated, not because it lacked history, but because it missed out on something the NFL now sees as non-negotiable: weather control. It sounds basic, but Nashville winters can get brutal. The NFL wants Super Bowls in places with roofs or sunshine. No surprises, no freezing fans, perfect TV every time. Nashville's open-air setup kept it off the Super Bowl list year after year. That stung, and at some point the city realized it couldn't just patch things up.
Pretty cool shot. A bird's eye view flying through the Titans' new home. Construction is now underway, as you see on the venue. Will cost more than $2.2 billion.
So they went big. No renovations, no halfway fixes. City leaders, engineers, and Titans execs decided to start over, tear it down, and build the most high-tech fan-friendly stadium in the league. And the price? $2.1 billion. Just for context, the original stadium ran $292 million. Even if you factor in inflation, the jump is wild. We're not talking about a facelift. The city, the state, and the Titans are throwing in massive amounts of cash, with public money and private investment all on the line. That says a lot about what they're really building here.
Says for the completion date in 2027, and today the NFL commissioner was in town and he confirmed what we've been saying since the day this new stadium was voted.
Because this place isn't being designed for just 8 football games a year. It's a year-round entertainment engine. Stadiums these days are more than sports. They're mini cities that pull in concerts, championships, conventions, and international events. Look at what Mercedes-Benz Stadium did for Atlanta. Nashville wants that, and more. Music City already has a reputation, but this stadium is gearing up to push Nashville onto the world stage as a true entertainment powerhouse. And you can see that ambition just by looking at the design.
Another step in the process for the completion date in 2027. And today, the NFL commissioner was in town and he confirmed what we've been saying since the day this new stadium was voted on to become a thing.
This is a Super Bowl ready city. The one thing that's missing is the stage. And I think now you're
From the outside, it doesn't even look like a regular football stadium. It's got this futuristic vibe, and the roof, that's the first thing that breaks tradition. It's made of ETFE panels, a lightweight high-tech material used in the world's most innovative venues. Not heavy glass, not metal, something that lets sunlight flood in, keeps the weather out, and holds the perfect temperature inside. You get that outdoorsy feel, but you're not freezing or sweating through your shirt. Sunlight, sky, fresh air vibes, but all under control. The old debate, authenticity versus comfort, just disappears. This stadium gives you both, all at once.
In Nissan Stadium, seating sections are starting to go in, and more of the support structure is going into place as well. The Tennessee Titans spoke in an update.
And structurally, the engineering behind that roof is nothing short of staggering. It is supported by a cable-stayed system connected to 50 massive ring beam boxes, stretched across enormous spans and anchored with precision tensioning technology. Thousands of steel components, weighing nearly 19,000 tons, are being assembled piece by piece using 7 giant cranes operating almost continuously. Over 25,000 individual steel sections will form the skeletal superstructure of the venue, creating a hybrid construction system that blends concrete foundations with upper-level steel frameworks for efficiency and speed. This hybrid approach wasn't random. It allowed builders to pour concrete immediately on site rather than waiting for prefabricated steel shipments, accelerating the entire construction timeline while maintaining structural integrity. But the real shock comes when you step inside the conceptual layout. Most stadiums chase capacity. Bigger crowds mean bigger ticket sales, right? Wrong.
Call one of one. The outline of the field is now visible, and crews say the scale of this build is unlike any stadium in the region. Now here's a timeline.
The new Nissan Stadium is actually reducing its standard seating capacity to around 60,000 compared to the old venue's 70,000. At first glance, that sounds like a downgrade, but it's actually a calculated psychological and economic move. Instead of nosebleed seats where fans feel miles away from the action, the new design pulls every seat closer to the field, approximately 38% closer than before. The result is a square-shaped seating bowl that wraps tightly around the field, creating intimacy rather than distance. Engineers even rotated the stadium's orientation by 90 degrees during early planning phases to optimize sightlines and bring end-zone seating closer to the action. This unconventional footprint breaks the traditional rectangular stadium mold and prioritizes fan immersion over sheer volume. And fewer seats doesn't mean less revenue. It means premium revenue. Luxury is the new currency of modern stadium economics. The venue will feature over 130 high-end suites, studio boxes, and all-inclusive club spaces designed for corporate clients and elite fans. These aren't basic VIP rooms. These are 5-star hospitality environments with private kitchens, balconies, and personalized services. Annual suite pricing is expected to reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, ensuring that revenue per seat skyrockets even as total seating slightly decreases. Meanwhile, the technological infrastructure being embedded into the stadium pushes it even further into the future.
That was installed. It took 2 cranes to lift. It weighs nearly 290,000 pounds, and it's about 180 feet.
A continuous 360-degree LED display system spanning roughly 77,000 square feet will wrap around the interior, creating an immersive digital experience visible from every seat. The entire venue is being built with integrated 5G connectivity, capable of supporting tens of thousands of simultaneous streams, uploads, and real-time social media interactions. In an era where fans expect to post, share, and live stream every moment, connectivity is no longer optional. It is essential. Even the concession experience is being redesigned. Instead of long queues, frictionless retail technology will allow fans to walk into stores, pick up food or merchandise, and simply walk out while AI sensors track purchases automatically. No waiting, no scanning at checkout, just seamless transactions embedded into the concourse experience. Escalators, elevators, panoramic terraces, and glass-lined upper concourses overlooking the Nashville skyline further reinforce the idea that this is not just a sports venue, it's an architectural destination. But beneath beneath the futuristic appeal lies a heated economic controversy that refuses to fade. Critics argue that over $1 billion in public funding for a privately owned team raises serious ethical questions. Economists have long debated whether stadiums truly generate new economic activity or simply redistribute existing spending. If a family spends money at a football game, that money might have otherwise gone to restaurants, theaters, or local businesses. Supporters, however, point to the massive financial impact of hosting mega events. A single Super Bowl weekend can inject hundreds of millions of dollars into a local economy through tourism, hospitality, and global media exposure. Over a 30 to 40 year lifespan, proponents claim the stadium could generate billions in economic returns, job opportunities, and infrastructure growth. Then there's the issue of accessibility. Personal seat licenses for premium sections could cost anywhere from a few thousand to tens of thousands of dollars just for the right to buy season tickets. That pricing model risks pricing out long-time working-class fans while prioritizing corporate buyers and luxury consumers. It's a shift that reflects a broader transformation happening across the NFL.
The 2022 slate marks a new record for the most stadium events in a year for WWE. Fans interested in up-to-date ticket information for the event.
Stadiums are no longer designed purely for fans. They are designed for experiences, and experiences increasingly are monetized. Still, the multi-purpose nature of the venue might ultimately justify the investment. With a fixed roof and climate control, the stadium will be capable of hosting concerts, festivals, college championships, international sporting events, and even massive shows like WrestleMania throughout the year. A 12,000 square foot community center inside the complex will also host job fairs, charity events, and educational programs, ensuring the venue remains active even outside football season. Ironically, the rise of the new stadium also marks the end of an era. Once the new venue opens, the original Nissan Stadium, standing just 90 feet away, will face demolition, but due to the extremely close proximity between the two structures, a traditional implosion isn't possible. Instead, massive excavators equipped with mechanical crunching arms will carefully dismantle the old structure piece by piece over several months, recycling concrete and structural materials in a methodical process rarely seen at this scale. It's a symbolic transition, past to future. Concrete history to futuristic ambition, and if everything goes according to plan, the ultimate reward will be hosting the Super Bowl within the next decade, finally placing Nashville on the global sports map in a way the old stadium never could. But perhaps the biggest rule this $2.1 billion stadium breaks isn't architectural, it's philosophical. For decades, stadiums were built as places where games happened. This one is being built as a place where culture happens. A smart building, a digital arena, an entertainment hub, a technological showcase, and a long-term economic experiment, because if this project succeeds, it won't just change Nashville, it will change how every future stadium is designed. Cities like Buffalo, Cleveland, and Washington are already watching closely, knowing that the era of billion-dollar mega stadiums is only just beginning, and if it fails, then Tennessee may have just spent $2.1 billion on the most beautiful gamble in sports history. Either way, one thing is certain, when the lights switch on, the roof glows under the Nashville skyline, and tens of thousands of fans step inside a stadium built to break every rule ever written. The world won't just be watching a football game, they'll be watching the future of stadium design unfold in real time.